Intensity level probably for me was ranking on an 8. I've never done anything like this before, ever. So, and that's the beauty of what we do too, because you never know who you're going to meet, what projects you're going to be into. Right, exactly. Where locations. Yes. So yeah, it was a ton of fun. Hard as hell, but a ton of fun.
Average Joe premieres on BET Plus on June 26th. But what can fans expect from this series?
A lot of twists and turns, cliffhangers. Like you can't, you know what? Expect the unexpected.
Very much so. Expect the unexpected. There's going to be a lot of themes of like love, what family's willing to do for one another, stretching the boundaries on that sense. A little bit of crime, a little bit of drama. So unexpected loops for sure. Of
course. And Tammy, I want to ask you this. You play Angela, who's Joe's wife, played by Dion Cole. What can you tell us about your character?
Well, she is the rock of the family. She's definitely the spine of the family. And she is dedicated to her family. She will do anything for her family, as you eventually find out as you watch the show. And she just will do anything for them, loves them, has given up, sacrificed some things, as you find out a little later, for them, but she wouldn't have it any other way. She recognizes her husband as being a hardworking man and a good dad, and she's settled into her life. So she's good until.
Right. But Ashley, I want to ask you this. You play Jennifer, who's the daughter of Angela and Joe. What can you tell us about her?
Jennifer is a very bright light, super smart, charismatic, overly in love in a sense, young in that nature. And I want to say she's a good vessel between both her parents. She has that fight like her dad and that sensitive side of Tammy's character, Angela, like of her mom. So she goes to both of them in that sense. So she's in the middle of both of them, I would say, as her character sense. And she's definitely a rooter for love. That's all I'm gonna say. If I can put it that way. Love is big on Jennifer for sure.
Right. So I got a chance to watch the first few episodes of the series, and I have to say it's very intense. There's a lot of action, a lot of drama. There's a lot going. There's a lot going on in those first few episodes. So, but ultimately, what attracted? And this question is for both of you. What attracted you to work on a series like this?
Well, I just came off of Queen Sugar. Which was very, very different. The pacing is a little slower. No action, hardly, not like this, so that was one attraction. But just reading the pilot, I mean, it was amazing. Yes. And if something can grab me from some scripted and it hasn't even come to life yet, like really come to life, that is an excellent sign. And that's why I jumped in.
Yes. I would definitely piggyback on what Tammy said. Sorry to cut you off, but I definitely agree. When I read the pilot, I was just like, this is great, because there's these elements of so much, like the drama, the comedy, and then the suspense. It's all in one. And I was like, is this in the first episode alone? Is this just in the pilot? All of these things are happening. So I felt like if a show just gave me that from episode 1, from their pilot, I was like, I have to see what happens in this series. I have to see what's going to happen next. So I loved the script. It was the script that pulled me in for sure.
Kudos to Rob Cullen.
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
Man.
Yes.
And this is based on a true story or true events. Am I right?
Yeah, it's inspired by loosely.
Loosely.
It's not the whole thing. If so, I'd be like, Rob, you are crazy.
Your life is crazy.
You need to be locked up.
Yes.
But no, like loosely based on it.
Yes.
Right. So where does this project, again, this is a question for both of you, where does this project rank for you in terms of everything you worked on, in terms of just overall intensity?
Ooh, I guess I'll take that one. If I speak for myself, so this is my first major leading role. So I think just coming in and just learning and taking in what everybody else is doing and grasping everything like a sponge, I'm so grateful for it. So I didn't know what to expect. So I just went in there and I just did my thing, and everybody was helping me and just was so sweet, especially Tammy. And I think that the intensity is, I never done a lot of things like stunts or anything of that nature. So it was just locations and all of that was just so new for me. So I think the whole thing was just like a wow for me, if I want to say on an intensity level. And I'm really, really so proud of season 1. And I know from Tammy's acting, the intensity was definitely on her. So if she gonna take this question, she gonna tell you.
You too. She did a great job as well. And I'm not just saying
yeah.
that. I don't give compliments like that. So I try to find the truth in something like that I can, because it comes across. You can read it in my face. She lying. But no, she did a great job. We had a lot of long hours. But yes, to answer your question, intensity level probably for me was ranking on an 8. I've never done anything like this before. Yeah. Ever. So, and that's the beauty of what we do too, because you never know who you're going to meet, what projects you're going to be into. Right, exactly. Where locations. Yes. So yeah, it was a ton of fun. Hard as hell, but ton of fun. Mm-hmm. Ton of fun.
Definitely. So, this is another question for both of you. One of the things that is included in this series is this trying to find millions of dollars that Joe's father has hidden. So, do you two think you could have the ability to hide millions of dollars from your loved ones?
How many millions we talking?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because family members are greedy.
Yeah.
So I
You're right.
I have to put my stuff in the stash. I might have to put things away. No, I
think everybody have a price. That's what I think. Mm-hmm. And so to go through all of that, we may have to be talking about billions here, or at least 1 billion. And then I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna take the ride. Yeah. Is this a lot of heat packing with all that money?
It definitely has to be the right circumstances. But if I'm hiding that much money, it's for good reasoning.
Of course.
Is that what you tell yourself?
Yeah.
To make yourself feel better?
Yeah, like it's for good reasoning. Okay. That's how we got to think, Tammy. Come on.
Okay. All right. Yeah, absolutely. So, one last question for me before I let you guys go is, ultimately, what was the best thing about working on Average Joe?
I think the cast, the people, you know what I mean? I mean, artistically as an actress, it was very fulfilling as far as like being able to like do my acting, my drama chops and my comedy chops and, a little bit of action I get to do. So all of that's great, but really working with a nice cast with people who like get each other and help each other, and we all have the same goal of making the best project possible, to me was the best experience of all of this.
Yes, I would have to agree with Tammy. Just the cast, the relationships we all developed, it made it a lot easier, especially for me going into work. And then, like I said before, this is my first lead role. So when I went in, they just took me in, embraced me. I didn't feel like small at all. Yeah. So it was just a humbling experience in that sense. And even the crew, like beyond the cast, the crew, they were amazing. They were a joy. Our cameraman, Rick, and everybody, they were just so pleasant every day, even with the long hours, because we dealt with a lot of long hours and they always were just upbeat. Yeah. So the energy was just great going to work. I will say that. The energy was great.
Awesome. Well, Ashley, Tammy, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and continued success to both of you.